What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus G15 Advantage gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're going to check out the Dead Space Remake. We already did it on the Steam Deck, and we got a pretty good 30 FPS on that unit. Not bad at all for a portable experience. So now it's time to see how the Asus G15 Advantage fares. So I think this time we'll try to just max the game out, see if it gets a constant FPS, and if it can, we'll just get a little gameplay. If it can't, well then, we'll just go through all the settings and FSR and all of that stuff, which is probably what's gonna happen. This looks like a pretty tough game to run. So, only way to find out though, is to not waste any more time and get this thing hooked up to the capture computer, and that means we can go look at some settings, get some gameplay, and at the very end, we'll get my settings with a little camera gameplay too. So let's jump into it, shall we?
Now we're going to do the Asus G15 Advantage here, so we got the thing on full screen. 120 hertz because I have it hooked up to a 120 hertz monitor right now. Well, through the capture card anyway. And we're going to start off with the game maxed out. And we'll see how it does. Well, here we go. Game's maxed out. And I already started to drop under 59, but that's not a huge deal. But as long as this doesn't drop down into the freaking 40s and shit, I don't care too much. I would consider it pretty damn playable. Though it does have a lot more frame time stutter than the other one did. Though, that is because it's not limited. I had the Steam Deck limited to 30, and that seemed to get it to smooth out. So I'm willing to bet if we like limited this to 60 or 100, 120 or something like that, well, in this case, probably 60. 120, I can't get to that. What would the fuck be the point of that? So if we limit it to 60, then it would probably be a lot smoother in the frame times too, instead of jumping all over. I just undo the VSync so we can let the thing run wild and see what it can really do. If I limited it all the time, that wouldn't really help us out. Alright, let's go get into our little check-in point over here. Ooh, wow, that was some stutter. We dropped all the way down to 34 for a second there. That's definitely pretty peculiar. I don't know how we dropped from the 50s and whatnot down to 39, but whatever. It seems to drop down to 57 looking out there still.
Welcome, Isaac Clarke, to the USG Ishimura.
But the majority of the time we are going to be stuck inside of a ship, so.
Rig synced. Collect kinesis and
could be way more harder places to run than this too. So just keep that in mind. We're just running around in this one little area in the beginning, just to keep things the same on all the different things so we can compare them all.
I can't reach security.
Same for the chief.
And then later on, just like with the Monster Hunter Rise, I plan to do another video on this where we go a little farther into the game and get a little combat in and just see how it runs later on in the game instead of just only doing the very beginning. I usually just do the very beginning so it doesn't ruin it for anybody, but after enough time passes, you know, I don't think it's as big of a deal anymore. The people that really wanted to play it already played it and beat it, so I don't have to worry as much. And I can just go back.
Someone left in a hurry.
Go back and try out some settings and whatnot. Well, now let's go ahead and drop the settings down to high and try that out. Still got the anything on TAA. We'll do FSR at the very end, which we'll probably end up having to run on this to get over 60, just like we did on the Steam Deck for 30, but we shall see. And there we are. We are at the bottom, so let's go get into the game, shall we? So, let's go ahead and get some high gameplay in now, and I already saw we were dropping under 60 again. Kind of like 50, wow.
Came down hard.
Yep, definitely gonna have to drop the settings some more if you want 60, and like I said at the beginning, I think we're probably gonna need some FSR, to be honest with you, but we're gonna go through all the settings anyway, just like we did on the Steam Deck. Just seems to be fair that way.
What? You're off in about the first round.
So we'll go do our little walk down this little catwalk here.
Isaac, guess we better go. At least we didn't take out the sign.
It holds the record for the highest number of planet cracks with 30
34 to date and highest dead weight.
Huh.
May as well get
Yeah,
signed
we're
in.
still dropping teensy tiny ever so much under 60s, but not by much anymore. Hell, most people probably wouldn't even care by that, but dropping all the way down to 50, though, that seems a little much for me, personally. But I can only say for me. It's the frame times that are even, like, more atrocious. I do not like this. Now, I did look for AMD drivers before starting this video, and nope, still the latest drivers are from December, so that might be something to do with it. Maybe these will get way better. I might have to redo the whole video in a little bit here, but no new drivers yet. I'm hoping they'll come out for Hogwarts, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. That's literally tomorrow. But maybe that's what they're waiting for.
Same for the chief engineer. What is wrong with their comms?
Oh, looks like we can go through now, so let's go on in here. Once the lights turn on, we can go walk around here. Alright, though. Let's move on. Alright, now for some medium. So let's just scroll down through all these settings real quick, so you guys can take a quick look. And alright, that is the bottom. So why don't we go ahead and hop on into the game now, shall we? Alright, let's do a little medium now. Do the same little walk that we've been doing on all the systems to keep it fair.
Crap, we came down hard.
Because as I thought on the Steam Deck, if it can't handle it here, it's not going to be able to handle it elsewhere in the game, probably. It's probably way more intensive places than this. Which is exactly why I will do another video later on,
Where is everybody? Half the shit must have
doing combat and whatnot, once I get a little farther in the game.
You gotta see her one piece.
Because I know a lot of people yell at me for being like, you only tested the beginning of the game. The game got so much worse later. So, figure, alright, well, I can't play the whole game on camera for you guys for every game, but I can definitely, for certain ones, go a little farther. And then make another video later. I just have to not forget to do it and get like overwhelmed doing other videos and just end up not doing it. Just gotta not let that happen, that's
At
all.
least we didn't take out the sun.
Shouldn't have that. I don't think that'll be a problem though, to be perfectly honest, but hey, stranger things have happened.
It holds the record for the highest number of plasma stacks with 34 to date and highest dead weight of refined product at 14 trillion kilograms and counting. Whether you'll be joining us aboard the Ishimura or strengthening the extraction workforce on the colony, Captain Matthias and his crew welcome you.
Welcome, Isaac Clarke, to the USG Ishimura. Rig synced. Collect kinesis
door.
and stasis
Let me in,
modules
will ya?
from Acting Chief Engineer Jacob Temple. Location,
You must let me in. It is imperative.
Employee
We're
not
here to
found.
fix the ship. Come on. Let us in.
I can't reach security.
Let us
Same
in
for
so
the
we can
chief
all die.
engineer. What is wrong with their comms?
There we go. Now we can go in and die. Alright though, now why don't we move on to the next setting? Well now, let's drop everything down to low. I also turn on variable rate shading. Drop the aliasing quality to low. Graphics quality also is on low. So let's scroll through and see what they all are real quick. As there's not many, it won't take long. See, we're already at the bottom. So that means we can get back into the game and see how it plays on low. Well,
You go on.
let's
I'll
get a
get us
little
started.
low in now before we move on to FSR. So let's just run around our ship here real quick.
Crap, we came down hard.
Not a great start for what we're here. Standard
We're
procedure.
definitely getting a lot of FPS now, but you should not have to turn games to low on this thing already just to get above 60
Where's
FPS.
everybody? Half the shit
It's
must
a
have
little
heard that man.
ridiculous.
Be proud, Chen. You gotta see her one piece.
Johnson might disagree. But you're offering to buy the first round tonight.
I wouldn't mind something to steady my nerves, especially on CEC's tab.
You see anyone in flight control?
No, nobody.
At least we didn't take out the sun.
With 62 years of continuous service.
May as well get signed in.
Getting good FPS though. And it really doesn't look that bad on low, to be honest. Though I don't think we need to have low. We'll probably just use FSR quality and put everything on ultra or something. High, one of the two.
To the USG Ishimura. Rig synced. Collect kinesis and stasis modules from
Man, it is windy
acting
out there
chief
again. Hopefully I don't lose no
engineer
power.
Jacob Temple.
I want to
Location
get all these
error.
sound
Employee not
voiceovers
found.
done tonight, and then I want to be able to
I
play
can't reach security.
Hogwarts
Same for the
tomorrow.
chief
Won't be able to do
engineer.
that with no power.
What is wrong with their
So I can't
comms?
wait to get moving in another house. That won't ever be a problem ever again. Solar battery power, and if that fucks up, generator. All right,
Someone left in
though.
a hurry.
Why don't we go ahead and move on now? All right. Now we're going to do FSR. And we're going to start with quality, and we're just going to put the game maxed out on Ultra. A lot of the time that's what you would use FSR for anyway, so let's just scroll down to the bottom so you guys can see what all that is. The only thing we're not doing is ray trace ambient occlusion, because I figure ray tracing sucks on this thing, so why even bother, you know? So to the game. Well, now let's try some FSR quality out. So we'll walk around in the same area we have been.
Crap, we came down hard.
So far, so
Not a
good.
great start to our repair mission.
Saying way above 60 now, and it doesn't look bad to me.
Standard procedure. We'll register them in the flight lounge.
Hello?
Sometimes FSR
Where
can
is
just make
everybody?
stuff look
Shit,
terrible,
what's
but I
the
think
result?
that's because a lot of the games I tried in the past were all FSR 1.0, which, just like DLSS 1.0, that sucked
What?
too.
You're off and about the
They were
first
both
round.
absolutely just horrible. Yeah, you might as well just put Vaseline on your screen.
You see anyone in flight control?
No, nobody.
I know I'm not the only one who probably called it Vaseline mode.
The Ishimura was the first planet cracker class vessel and is now the oldest
At least we didn't take out the sun.
of continuous service. It holds the record for the highest number of planet cracks, with 34 to date, and highest dead weight of refined product at 14 trillion kilotons and counting.
May as well get signed in.
Whether you'll be joining us aboard the Ishimura or strengthening the extraction workforce on the colony, Captain Science and
Okay, we've made it to our little scan-in area here.
To the USG
Kind of wish this part didn't take so long. I don't like staying in this one little area for so long, but that's just the way the game is. Man, we're
Collect
quite a bit of
kinesis
stutter.
and stasis modules from
Yeah, I
acting
think you
chief
might want to
engineer
auto lock the
Jacob
game at
Temple.
60 FPS.
Location
I don't think it's really going to be a good time at anything
employee
above
not
60.
found.
And then I think we could really
I can't
smooth
reach
out these
security.
frame
Same for
times.
the chief
As far as I'm
engineer.
concerned, if the game can literally just stay at 60 all the time and never drop at all, besides like 58, 59, that'd be great. I can handle that, no problem. It's not like this is a super competitive shooter where I've got to have 240 FPS all the time or I'm going to die, I'm going to lose no matter what. Like, no. Only time we're losing this game is because of my own lack of skill. And it's just going to be not because of FPS.
Someone left in a hurry.
Anyway, let's move on. Well, now let's go and move on down to FSR just balanced. We're going to keep it on ultra, otherwise that would fuck over our test, and we don't want to do that. So everything here is exactly the same. And now as we reach the bottom, it's time to get back to the game and see how this FSR acts. Well, alright, let's do some FSR balance now. We'll walk around again here. Same little area.
Stand clear.
Crap.
I know it
Came
probably
down
gets
hard.
boring seeing the same
Not a
area
great
over and
start to
over
our repair
again.
mission.
Pulse rifles?
Standard procedure, Miss Davis. We'll register them in the flight lounge.
But it also seemed like at the end of my Steam Deck gameplay, I was going to get into a dark, just
Be proud,
almost
Jack.
no way to even
You gotta
see
see
what's
your
going
weapons.
on part of the game. So I was like, all right.
What? You're
Once
off
I
and
saw
about
that, I was
the
like,
first
all
round.
right, let's just
wouldn't
make a
mind
new
something
game and just keep doing this over and over again. And then later on, hopefully I get to a spot where it's more lit up like this kind of light. Because otherwise it's going to be like really hard to test the game out and even see. Hell, for those
Isaac,
later on, I might
guess we
not
better
even
go.
have be able to do any camera recording gameplay. It might not even show up, you know? It might be too dark. We'll have to wait and see.
At least we didn't take out the
If
sun.
that's the case, that's where screen recording comes in king. It doesn't really fall into that mode. As long as it's literally the game isn't so dark that it can't pick it up even with screen recording mode. So far that's never happened. And it's really hard to trick this new camera too. That thing is a really good sensor. And that lens I've got obviously works pretty damn good for close-ups. Because as long as I focus in, it doesn't have problems.
Welcome, Isaac Clarke, to the USG.
Alright, scan me in, you magic light.
Rig synced. Collect kinesis and stasis modules from Acting Chief Engineer Jacob Temple. Location? Error. Employee not found.
I can't reach security.
Same for the chief engineer. What is wrong with their comms?
Oh, looks like it opened. Now we can head on in. And look at that. Now we can go ahead and also move on to the next FSR setting. Well, now it's time for FSR Performance. So let's just scroll down here. Yep, right there. FSR 2.0 Performance. And we're leaving the graphics on Ultra, of course. Well, alright. Why don't we now get into the game? Well, alright. Here's FSR Performance. So let's get some gameplay in. Kind of doesn't really seem to be helping that awful much on the FPS, to be honest. But I can definitely tell a pretty big degradation in not FPS, but in graphics quality now.
Standard procedure.
Not as much as on the Steam Deck, since that's such a low resolution, but you can definitely tell. A little more aliasing and whatnot, but it's still not absolutely awful looking. And that's how another reason you can tell it's FSR 2.0. If this was FSR 1.0, this would look awful already. Like, I wouldn't even want to play with it. Like, this probably wouldn't even be bad to play on if I really needed, like, the extra FPS. But like I said, it didn't really seem to have any extra FPS, so I'd rather just use one of the other ones, like either Balanced or Quality. Probably Balanced. I haven't decided which one I'm going to go with yet, but I think we're going to need FSR, just like we did on the Steam Deck for this game. Wish that wasn't the case for games. Wish we didn't need fake resolutions to get decent FPS, but hey, that's just how it is sometimes. Especially when the laptop is decent as it is getting up there in age already. And it seems like games are getting more and more unoptimized. Not that this one is, I'm just saying a lot of other games are. This one's alright. I think it could use a little bit of optimization here and there, but not nearly as much as some other games out there.
Welcome, Isaac Clarke, to the USG Ishimura. Rig synced. Collect kinesis and stasis modules from Acting Chief Engineer Jacob Temple. Location? Error. Employee not found.
I can't reach security.
Same for the chief engineer. What is wrong with their comms?
Alright though, why don't we now go and move on to the next FSR. Alright, last up on the FSR settings here, we're going to do FSR Ultra Performance. And we're still keeping the game on Ultra, of course. A lot of Ultra here, Ultra Performance and Ultra Graphics Quality too. So much Ultra. So there we go, that is the bottom, so let's go hop in and see how it plays and how it looks. Well, alright, let's get some FSR Ultra Performance gameplay in now. And then we'll get some camera gameplay in.
Not a great start to our repair mission.
Because the way it's going right now, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to run the game
Standard
on,
procedure, Mr. Davis. We'll register them
on Ultra with FSR, and we've already done that, so there's really no point in me getting my settings screen recorded gameplay if it's just going to be something we've already done previously, right? So I'm just going to probably move on to camera right after this.
Steady my nerves, especially on CEC's tab.
You see anyone in flight control?
No, nobody.
Man, this sure is a weird looking ship.
At least we
It was
didn't
pretty
take out
big
the
though.
sun.
At least it sure looked gigantic when we were coming in and crash into the blasted thing. It's not like the ship we got off of is teeny. Although maybe it is in the retrospective space. Who knows? It's not like I know much about the world outside of this spaceship. And Dead Space, you're pretty much thrown here like, hey, we're like the frickin' engineers. We're here to fix shit. Oh shit, everyone's dead. Oh fuck, we're all dead. That's kind of what seems like happens here anyway.
To the USG Ishimura.
And then this guy has to save the day.
Collect kinesis and stasis modules from Acting Chief Engineer Jacob Temple. Location? Error. Employee not found.
I can't reach security.
Same for the chief engineer. What is wrong with their comms?
Alright, we can get in now. Alright, let's head on in. Walk around the little sitting area here. And then we'll move on to camera. Alright, this seems like
Someone
a good
left in a
spot.
hurry.
Why don't we go move on to camera now?
Alright, let's look through the settings right quick before we hop into the game with my settings. And my settings is basically just FSR on quality with the game maxed out. It didn't seem to really drop under 60. So why the heck not, right? So I just want to show you this real quick instead of just either forgetting to tell you what it is or not saying anything at all and just start playing and then people wonder, well, what the hell settings is he playing at? Well, here we go. So, now, let's go hop in the game and see how it does. Well, there we go. It's stuttering down to like 30. So yeah, it still does have stutters. It wasn't doing that before though when I had it hooked up to the capture computer, so. But we gotta point it out when it does drop below a little bit, but it seems like for the most part it's doing alright. It still drops below 60 here and there, but not by enough for me to really care.
Let's get this done, Isaac.
I'm actually kind of surprised that the frame time is smoother.
At least we didn't take out the sun.
I wonder if it'll be kind of stuttery when I have it hooked up to my external monitor too. Frame time was all over the place. Maybe it's just the capture card doing that. Who knows? I'm always looking for a good way to capture it. No matter what, it seems like there's problems. See? There's just random stutters though now. So I would say we had more inconsistent frame time before, but more consistent FPS. I'd say that'd be a good way to put it. When we were hooked up to the capture card, which acts like an external monitor, let's be honest.
Rig synced. Collect kinesis and stasis modules from Acting Chief Engineer Jacob Temple.
Alright, can do.
Error. Employee not found.
I can't reach security.
Same for the chief engineer.
Well, shit, we can't reach the security. Whatever will we do? Looks like we'll just have to go in.
Someone left in a hurry.
They sure did.
Where's the security detail? Where's anybody?
There's nothing logged. No duty roster, no power to the elevator.
That security console's still working. Isaac, get a damage report. I'm done playing around.
Apparently they're done playing around. Oh, just like on the Steam Deck. It dropped like, yeah, down to like no FPS there. That's cool. So they still haven't fixed that yet. I don't like that. Honestly, the Steam Deck handled that better.
It dropped down to maybe like 23 or something. It didn't drop down to 1.
What have you got?
Shit. It's not just comms with the guidance system. Half the Ishimura's in the red. Engines, hull, triumphs.
Could be that kind of damage to the planet.
Power. Ventilation duct. Power to the elevator.
Positive anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
Another malfunction?
No.
Quarantine has been activated.
Oh, wait. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, man.
Take it easy. Extreme difficulty.
There's something in here.
Damn, those things fucked the team up real easy, didn't they? Yeah, that's really weird. Holy shit, I can't see anything. Run, run, run. Stutter, stutter, stutter. Run, run, run. More stutters, more running. Always running. Never look back. Always run. Hey you, you're not allowed in here. Fuck off. But yeah, this is a lot more stuttery. Still looks pretty nice though, but hopefully they come up with some patches to get this under control, because it's kind of random going down from 90 all the way down to 30 for no fucking reason. I know this laptop isn't so weak it can't play this game without like problems, so again I think it's just a optimization problem. Hopefully some updates will come out and it'll get a little bit better, but still seems somewhat playable. Especially for people that like this game. And who knows, maybe it's me being stupid running at ultra settings. Maybe if I just dropped down to high instead, it wouldn't do that, you know? But why don't we now go wrap this video on up?
Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Dead Space at 1080p anyway on the Asus G15 Advantage, and it did alright. I was expecting a little bit better and less frame stutters, and then when I took it off of the capture computer and brought it over here and got camera gameplay, we got a lot of stutters, even one where we dropped all the way down to 1 FPS. So that was pretty bad. So this game needs a lot more updates and whatnot. More optimization, I would say, because I do not think that it didn't seem like the laptop was really struggling. It was that like getting like 90 FPS and whatnot, and then all of a sudden it was like, nah, man, I just feel like dropping down to none for no reason. Just seemed like no reason at all. It's not like the graphics got 10,000% more intensive right just then, you know? So I think the game just needs some updates. So at least for 1080p on this thing, I would honestly probably wait, unless you can deal with those slowdowns and whatnots. Because when it's not doing that, it seems pretty damn smooth and, you know, fun. But that's just me. Now, let's see how we can go and finish this video up, and we can go see how 1440p fares before we jump onto the desktops. That'll be the true tale. If those also have the random drops and whatnot, we'll definitely know it's all optimization and not just the laptop or AMD's fault, you know? Anyway, that's all I got for you guys for this particular video, though. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, though, because I sure as hell enjoy making it for you, as usual. And until the next video, peace out, guys.